Meantime, covering Polk County right now, childish and an embarrassment. Those are the words school board members are using to describe a scandal that shined a spotlight on their superintendent. Tonight, she is apologizing and fighting for her career. ABC Action News reporter Ryan Raish has been following the sexual harassment case that sparked this whole thing. Ryan?
Hey guys, I'm actually back in the parking lot. This is where the board members park. You got 7 spaces for the 7 board members. I'm just trying to illustrate where they stand on this issue. Today, the first 3 board members all said they do not have confidence in the superintendent. The 4th, the chair, Kay Fields, she said a 30-day suspension is necessary. The last 3 haven't yet said publicly where they stand. But for Superintendent Kathryn LeRoy, the odds are not looking good. In her first statements addressing the board since the sexual harassment investigation became public, Superintendent Kathryn LeRoy apologized and offered this.
I am ready to put this behind me and move forward.
Now the question, is the board ready? Even with unsubstantiated claims by Associate Superintendent Greg Rivers, at least 3 board members this morning saying they found enough evidence to shake their confidence in their leader.
We have disrupted the positive trend. And I blame the unprofessionalism on the 2 key players here.
I think it's a crying shame that we sit here today having to even have this discussion.
The board calling the drama between LeRoy and Rivers childish, a distraction, and above all else, an embarrassment. Rivers, who still has to work with LeRoy, made 9 allegations against her, including harassment and threatening to fire him when he refused her advances. He claims she tried kissing him, talked about giving oral sex, and inquired with colleagues about his sex life.
Do you stand by the allegations?
I stand by everything I said in my complaint.
Rivers came forward with his claims late last year after he says she became impossible to work with, all because he says he refused to get extra cozy outside of work.
It's my experience that given Mrs. LeRoy's leadership style, this is not an isolated incident.
Board member Lynn Wilson is one of the 3 on the board who is ready to fire LeRoy. Others saying it's impossible for her to ever regain the community's trust. Meanwhile, she's still avoiding our questions.
I've already spoken. I spoke this morning with my statement. I believe y'all should have received it.
The board now holding a special meeting Friday to decide her fate.
Well, I would have preferred that we resolved it immediately, but, you know, we obviously are obligated to follow the law, so we're doing that.
Now, LeRoy was scheduled to present the Teacher of the Year award tonight, but I've been told late today that the deputy superintendent will do that instead. And guys, that's part of the issue here. Critics will say, how can she go out and give speeches about honorable work and ethics when she has this hanging over her head? We're live in Bartow. Ryan Raish, ABC Action News.